Hey all, a video about a filing in the Sarah Boone case. This is the lawyer looking for that dough, but it's a little funny because some of the people you might know shows up in the court document where the lawyer wants money to watch YouTubers. And again, I just have to know what's a grifter to do. I didn't make the list. I have been covering Sarah Boone too. We need to grift my channel harder. I need to get to those 12,000 subs so I also can be part of a lawsuit. Mentioned, not the other one. But let's see what's it's all about. It is Patricia Cashman, who were her last lawyer, the one who were famous for being able to handle extremely hostile defendants. And she wants a flat fee of $15,000 because that's what the JAC has allocated to this case, and another $1,800 that is cost spent by the attorney. And she's talking about that she used more than 100 hours on the case. 20 of those hours were spent with the defendant. I believe those 20 hours should be at a higher rate. Imagine having to sit in a room with Sarah Boone for 20 hours and tell her, no, not intentionally isn't a defense. I know you are, but straight A students also commit crimes. Yes, Sarah, you were straddling that bush and drinking off the tap, and it is on YouTube. Imagine having to sit and talk to her with her circular logic that always just goes back and back and back to where she came from. Whenever you say something, it's just throwing a ball against the wall. Nothing goes in and stays in her head. Then we are at number 4, the charges. We know the charges, and it has garnered a lot of media attention. She was accused of putting her boyfriend in a suitcase. There was a significant amount of discovery to review, multiple CDs, DVDs, paper discovery of over 400 pages of reports and statements, 2 banker boxes of files obtained from previous counsel, and background information on the relationship between the deceased and the defendant. The state listed 23 witnesses, 2 of whom were deposed by this counsel, and 7 whom were deposed by previous counsel. There were 8 separate statements given by the defendant. Counsel also needed to review the media accounts that potential jurors may have seen. The case was heavily covered by Court TV, News Nation, Fox, local news channels, and the Orlando Sentinel. And here comes the social media part. Know your lawyer. Peter Tragos is a great YouTuber who has a big following and does some amazing stuff. And Patricia Cashman is wanting to get paid for having to watch his channel, and she doesn't even know his YouTube handle is Lawyer You Know. Come on now. It's not that hard. Everyone knows he's Lawyer You Know. Know your lawyer, and you want to get paid for this? Then we have Legal Bytes. Alina, at least she got her channel correctly, but is that misandry? She gets the woman right and the man is the wrong way around? Give her brother a bone. And why isn't it saying broken baker right after? I have covered it too. A grifter needs to grift. And Bruce Rivers did multiple stories on their channels. I haven't seen who Bruce Rivers are. Many of the previous held court proceedings were televised, and the letters written by the defendant was published and analyzed. Yes, they were, and they were good content. The defendant wrote a 58-page letter to the court and had previously written multiple long letters to the court that counsel needed to review to determine the potential impact on the case and develop a strategy for jury selection. You don't need to read it. I will give you your jury selection strategy. Anyone who is blind and deaf, because they won't be able to see the video of Sarah cackling like a hyena saying, that's what you get for hitting me. If you can get 6 of those people on the jury, you're golden. Other than that, it won't take that long. Again, opening statements. Watch these 3 videos. 2 videos of him in a suitcase, 1 video where she admits to everything in the interrogation room. Hasta la taco, we're out of here. But that's my jury selection. Blind, deaf people should be your prime jurors in this case. Counsel spent over 20 hours at jail conferences with the client, and for that, she should be massively paid. And we go into all the law that just say blah, blah, blah. A flat fee can be given if blah, blah, blah. As a result of undersigned counsel's acceptance and work on the above-style case, counsel was unable to meet with several potential new clients who then hired other counsel. Yes, opportunities to take on new clients had to be declined, resulting in a loss of fee because you had another case. That happens. Because of what is outlined above and the work done by the attorney, failing to pay the fees requested would be confiscatory. That's a word I haven't seen before. Wherefore, it is respectfully requested that the court enter an order approving the amount of $15,000 for attorney fees and $1,800 for reimbursable costs for a total of $16,800. Fair and square, you think, but JAC has a different way to interpret the ruling because JAC had no objection to reimbursement of the expert witness fee in the amount of $1,800. JAC objects to your billing for attorney fees in the amount of $15,000 for the following reasons. Your date of appointment on this case was the 9th of February. The legislator established flat fees of $15,000 for representation of felony non-capital murder cases. The aggregated amounts billed for attorney fees amongst all attorneys appointed to represent this case exceed that flat fee established in the General Appropriations Act. So they have a flat fee for the entire case of $15,000. And what's been billed far exceeds that. But what have been billed, you ask? Well, let's go down and see what the other lawyers have billed. Mark Gonzalo, he was a guy who waived his fee. He was actually on it for a pretty long time. He was one of the guys who stuck around the longest, from the 22nd of June 2022 to 11th of July 2022. Almost a month. He waived his fees. So that's nice. Frank Bankowitz, he stuck around for a long time. He was the guy she got really mad at, and he billed her for $15,000. He stuck around for almost a little over a year. Winston Hobson, he also stuck around for a half a year. He billed $15,000. Patricia Cashman stuck around for 4 months and billed $15,000. So every lawyer except Mark Gonzalo, who were there for less than a month, have all billed the full amount that they know was allocated to the entire case. So the JAC says no dice. You have to split it along with the other two according to the rules. So lawyers being lawyers, we want that dough. But dear lawyers, Do you know how hard the grift is? You should be more welcoming. And The Lawyer You Know is a great channel. Everyone should watch that, because if you want to claim you want money to watch his show, maybe you should know what his show is called. It's kind of it'd be the same as saying I had to watch that Bacon Broker on the YouTubes. And again, what's a grifter to do to get on the list? I'm trying, you guys. I'm trying. It's not intentionally I can't make the grift lists. Hasta la taco.